Did you know that just 10% of Americans own 93% of all publicly traded stocks? Or can a single private equity firm control your housing, healthcare, and even your child's daycare? This isn't science fiction. It's our reality today. Welcome to the corporate dystopia you didn't know you were already a part of. Economic concentration, a phenomenon where a small number of corporations dominate entire industries, has become one of the most significant issues of our time. Private equity firms in the United States now control about 20% of the economy, while significant index funds like BlackRock and Vanguard hold 20–30% of publicly traded companies. These statistics reveal a troubling trend. Fewer companies wield greater power over our lives, whether it's what we eat, where we live, or even how we access healthcare. This consolidation of power leaves consumers with fewer choices and higher prices. The illusion of a free market persists, but in reality, most profits funnel back to the same corporate giants. Even more unsettling is how this economic concentration quietly shapes nearly every aspect of our daily lives. The rise of economic concentration didn't happen overnight. It results from several interconnected factors, including globalization, technological advancements, and regulatory failures. Globalization allowed corporations to expand their reach, acquiring competitors across borders and creating multinational giants. Meanwhile, technological advancements gave these companies tools to dominate markets more efficiently, from leveraging artificial intelligence to optimizing global supply chains. However, perhaps the most significant factor has been the failure of antitrust laws to keep pace with these changes. Designed to prevent monopolies, these regulations have fallen behind in a world where market dynamics are far more complex than when these laws were first enacted. As a result, corporations have exploited loopholes to consolidate their power, leaving small businesses and consumers struggling to compete. The impact of economic concentration extends far beyond financial markets. It affects real lives in tangible ways. Take the housing market, for instance. Private equity firms have been purchasing single-family homes at an unprecedented rate, in some areas owning up to 40% of the available housing stock. This practice drives up housing costs, making it increasingly difficult for families to afford their homes. It transforms what should be a fundamental right into an investment asset for the wealthy few. Similarly, essential services like pet cremation or daycare are also being monopolized. In many communities, one company may control all crematoriums, leading to exorbitant fees that grieving families have no choice but to pay. These examples illustrate how monopolies infiltrate even the most personal aspects of our lives, turning moments of need or vulnerability into opportunities for profit. Water, an essential resource for life, has also become a target for profit-driven monopolies. Private corporations increasingly acquire water rights, restrict access, and drive up costs. As scarcity rises, so do profits, but at what cost? The commodification of water poses serious risks, not only in terms of affordability, but also in terms of future conflicts. Environmental experts warn that we could soon face water wars as populations compete for this dwindling resource. This trend underscores a grim reality. When even the most necessities are controlled by corporate giants, society becomes increasingly vulnerable to exploitation. For many, this growing control by corporations feels like a dystopian nightmare straight out of science fiction. Popular culture has long warned us about such scenarios. From Deus Ex to Cyberpunk 2077, these narratives depict futures where powerful corporations dominate society, wielding technology to maintain control. But unlike fiction, these trends aren't happening in some far-off future. They're unfolding now. Neural implants, augmented reality, and advanced AI could revolutionize human life. Yet these technologies are being monopolized. Instead of tools for empowerment, they risk becoming tools of control. Imagine a world where accessing these advancements requires costly subscriptions or corporate loyalty. While the wealthy enjoy enhanced productivity and extended lifespans, the rest lack the minimum necessary to survive. The gap between the haves and the have-nots grows more expansive with each technological breakthrough, reinforcing the notion that we are sliding into a corporate dystopia. The question then arises, can we stop this? While the situation seems daunting, there are pathways to change. Strengthening antitrust laws is one of the most effective ways to combat economic concentration. Governments can lower prices, improve innovation, and empower consumers by breaking up monopolies and promoting competition. Transparency is another critical component. Private equity firms and large corporations should be held accountable through stricter reporting requirements, ensuring their activities are visible to the public. Supporting small and medium-sized businesses is equally essential. These enterprises are the backbone of any healthy economy, and fostering their growth through grants and reduced regulatory burdens can create a more level playing field. Technology also has a role to play in fighting back against monopolies. Open-source innovation and equitable access to advancements can prevent tech giants from hoarding progress for profit. Policymakers must also ensure that ethical guidelines govern the deployment of new technologies, safeguarding public interest over corporate greed. Addressing income inequality is another vital step. Progressive taxation and robust social safety nets can help bridge the growing divide between the wealthy and the rest of society, ensuring economic growth benefits everyone, not just a select few. Failing to act could lead to devastating consequences. History shows us that concentrated power often leads to instability, whether it's through financial crises or social unrest. The fall of historical empires, from Rome to Britain, is a cautionary tale for what can happen when power becomes too centralized. Beyond economic collapse, unchecked corporate dominance threatens innovation itself. Without competition, there's little incentive for corporations to solve real-world problems. Instead, they focus on maintaining their dominance, leaving society to stagnate. Social unrest is another inevitable outcome. As inequality deepens, public dissatisfaction will grow, leading to protests, strikes, or revolutions. While these scenarios paint a grim picture, they also serve as a wake-up call. Change is possible, but it requires collective action. We can create a fairer, more balanced economy by holding corporations accountable, demanding transparency, and promoting competition. This isn't just about numbers or markets. It's about ensuring that people, not profits, are at the center of our economic systems. The rise of economic concentration isn't just a business issue, it's a human issue. It impacts where we live, how we work, and even what we drink. And while the future may look bleak, it's important to remember that dystopias aren't inevitable. They're warnings. By understanding the problem and advocating for change, we can build a society where opportunity is shared, innovation thrives, and no one is left behind. The choice is ours to make. Will we accept this corporate dystopia or fight for a better future? If this discussion resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, we can spark the conversations that lead to real change.